Welcome back. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something, well, maybe unexpected. The connection between what's on your dinner plate and national defense.
Yeah, it sounds a bit surprising at first, doesn't it? But we're looking at a major new government initiative that explicitly links the two.
Exactly. It argues that securing our food supply is now essential for safeguarding America's defenses overall.
We're talking about the National Farm Security Action Plan. It was just announced by the USDA, the Department of Agriculture, on July 8th, 2025.
Okay.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is how it reframes the whole idea of food security. It connects it directly to, broader national security concerns.
Especially concerning potential interference from adversarial nations.
Precisely. Adversarial nations. It marks a real strategic shift in how we view these foundational resources.
That's a big shift. So the USDA is pushing this hard. The sources suggest there's one specific action right at the top of the list. What's the cornerstone here?
Absolutely. The plan's foundation, and Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins was very clear on this, is all about securing and protecting American farmland ownership.
Okay, ownership.
Yeah.
How are they tackling that?
Well, it seems to be a two-pronged approach. They're talking swift legislative action, maybe new laws, maybe changes to existing foreign investment rules.
Right.
And alongside that, using presidential executive orders, the main goal: ban new land purchases by nationals from foreign adversaries.
And they named names, didn't they?
They did, specifically countries identified as national security risks. Think China, Russia, Iran, North Korea.
Got it.
And it goes further. It also includes using presidential authorities, maybe invoking national emergency powers, that sort of thing, to actually reclaim land already owned by these groups if it's seen as a security risk.
Wow, reclaim land. That's pretty direct.
It is. And this focus on land ownership, it's presented as the critical first step, the very first of 7 initiatives in the whole plan.
Okay, so that's the core agricultural part. But you mentioned broader security. And the Department of Defense, the DoD, seems heavily involved here too.
Oh, absolutely.
How does Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth see this? Where's the connection between, say, a farm field and military security?
Right. Well, if you look at the bigger picture, Secretary Hegseth voiced really profound concern about foreign entities buying up land around U.S. military bases.
Or on the bases themselves.
Yes. He called it a direct threat to broader American security. He actually said, and this is a direct quote, "I want to know who owns the land around our bases."
That really changes the perspective, doesn't it? It's not just about economics anymore.
Exactly. It shifts land ownership into the realm of strategic intelligence, of defense. Hegseth stresses that things like food security, energy resilience, water resources, they're all vital parts of national security.
To ensure troops have what they need, basically.
Especially in contingency situations, yes. And the sources say the USDA will be working very closely with state partners, with Congress, to stop this direct or even indirect control of farmland by nationals from these countries.
Particularly near those sensitive installations.
Yes, precisely, near sensitive military sites.
That statement, "I want to know who owns the land around our bases." It really makes you stop and think. A simple land purchase viewed as a potential threat to readiness.
It does.
So, bringing this back to you, our listener, what's the big takeaway here?
Well, the clear message is that securing our food supply isn't just, an agricultural issue anymore. It's being framed as a foundational piece of national defense.
And this partnership, USDA and DoD working together.
It really underscores that integrated approach. Like Hegseth put it pretty bluntly. Energy security, food security, water security is national security.
Simple as that.
Which does raise an interesting question for you to think about.
Yeah, consider how something seemingly everyday, like where your food comes from, how that might actually be deeply tangled up with these really complex global security concerns. It certainly offers a whole new lens to view the world through.